she had to realize the dude is not gonna come on here and be like, yo, of course I gave it to her. If
Right.
anything, he was gonna be like,
We got
that nasty bitch stole it
action
from somebody else. I might be
course
a
not.
victim. So again, you know, and this was the only part I wanted to ask. I'm not a journalist in that sense, but ask some question because I think he was gonna spin.
Oh no, Act, don't say you're not a journalist today. This is some amazing journalism. I'm not even gonna hold you.
the public with them not knowing about like HSV2 in the sense of, yeah, you could seemingly not have it, but have it. You get what I'm saying? And because he came on here saying that he had a 2023 test, but he's talking about HSV1, right? And he's like, well, you know, everybody got like a cold sore. No, we're talking about genital herpes here. So
Correct. HSV2, which is HSV2. Hey, hold on real quick. Hey, Danae, how are you?
I'm actually more than great now, actually. Thank you guys so much for giving him a platform to do this. I really am so grateful. You guys don't understand how much this just helped me with my situation. So I just want to express admiration. I know Akademiks, you may not like OnlyFans models, but you are doing an amazing thing for us. I don't want to cry. I don't want to get emotional on here. I just want to state facts.
Okay.
And else.
Well, 100%. And again, it only makes sense to have you on. I obviously want to hear both sides. And, you know, I don't know, were you being sarcastic by saying thank you to platforming him, or are you actually being serious?
No, I'm being so serious.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of girls that have been in the same circumstance as me, and they just haven't conjured up the confidence. They didn't have the people around them to tell them, like, listen, it's okay that you went through this. And I was blessed enough to be in that predicament where my mother was like, listen, I'm behind you full-fledged. I have friends that are behind me 100% waiting to drop videos and proof and everything like that. So it's just like, I literally can't express my gratitude enough. You guys, like, yeah.
So talk us through, hold on, talk us through exactly everything. Let's go from the beginning. I want to know, because obviously, you know, tomorrow his results come out, and yeah. So I want to know, like, from the jump exactly, if you don't mind telling the story for everyone that doesn't know. Go ahead.
So as far as the story with Gucci goes, basically, as many people know, Deshae Frost gave me the opportunity to go on his show, and there I broadcasted my personality. I made a name for myself through what we did on the stream and everything like that. And can I clear up this speculation real quick about Deshae? So me and Deshae did have sex, protected, while we were on his show in November of 2023. I contracted HSV2 February 10th, 2024. I did not know.
Y'all hear that, right? I said that she said that she contracted it in February. He's showing his test results from 2023 like that fucking clears him.
That I had it until late March. I cannot give you the exact date yet. I have to go to Piedmont Urgent Care and get that exact date so I can have that exact receipt for you.
Shout out to Piedmont.
Right?
That's where the greatest ever was born,
The last
Savvy
time
Mike.
me and him had vaginal sex was November of 2023. So he does not have HSV.
You said vaginal sex. Did you guys later on have oral sex?
Yes.
Okay. And when did you guys have oral sex?
June.
Okay. A few months ago.
Only oral.
Okay.
Only oral.
Hey man, so again, there's gonna be a lot of sex education.
She like this Deshae guy. She covering for him.
Who just don't know. There's a lot of taboo stuff.
I don't know about
so
him.
You said you contracted it from your knowledge in February. How could you prove, or how would you be able to prove when you contracted it? Because from my understanding of that virus is that someone may have it for a unlimited amount of time, but might only know once they have an outbreak. So how did you know that you contracted at that time, as opposed to maybe you had it all along and the symptoms presented itself at that time that you then went to the urgent care and got tested?
Okay. So with collaborating with Gucci was the first person I've ever seen an active lesion on, or a lesion ever in my life, with a sexual partner that I've engaged with. A friend of mine, whenever I was in high school, contracted HSV, and I saw her lesions, but it looked nothing like his. It was brand new. It was not a healed sore or nothing. He was the first person I've ever had sex with that I saw something like that with. Not only that, a few days, my first time that I ever experienced any kind of irritant was 5 days after I first had sex with Gucci. On February 15th, I thought that split open my vagina because whenever we were having sex, I couldn't finish because it hurt so bad. I literally thought that I split it open. It started bleeding and everything. I was so dry whenever everything happened. It literally was so confusing to me. And by then, I had already asked him what it was on his penis. No, I did not ask him the first time we had sex what it was on him. But it was his job as a person who knows, and I don't care what you say, Gucci. Like, respectfully, you know that you lie. You have ran yourself in circles on the stream all night. I need.
Could we go through that portion because he said you were aware of the open sore or cut or lesion. He said he had told you that, and you had said, I watched some of your videos. You said that he had told you that he nicked himself while shaving his shaft, and he came on the stream to say after that, because y'all filmed 5 scenes, and you could confirm and deny any of these things I'm saying, but I'm just stating what he said. He said maybe while you were giving him fellatio, your teeth worsened the open cut that made it appear like that on the last video. What's your response to all that, man?
My response is that he did not say anything about his lesion or his sore whenever we first engaged in sexual contact.
At all?
It wasn't at all. It wasn't until February 14th
Did
when
you
we were
notice
laying
it?
in bed.
Did you notice it?
Huh?
Did you notice?
I did. Yes, I did see it. My thought process whenever I was coming into it was this was my first professional collab. The collaborations that I had prior were all romantic partners that I was comfortable enough to have sex with on camera. He was the first person that I ever had sex with that I did not know prior. And not only that, he was somebody that I was watching online and that I was fantasizing over for the longest. So whenever I got there, I assumed that it was a safe space.
What did you think it was? You know, because you did see it. So what did you think that it was?
I honestly, whenever I was going into it, I really didn't think much of it. It wasn't. So what's crazy is the reason what made me ask is because I don't know if I can show the videos anymore, right? But it changed. What it was the first day that I met him turned into 3 different things. You know, I didn't know what it was, what that was on his dick. At first, it was just one little circle.
That sounds like an evolved shaver bump.
And you can see
shaver bump evolved. It didn't just stay a shaver bump. It turned into HPV2.
In the pictures that I posted in that black outfit, you could see that the lesion looked like one little scab. If you scroll over with me in the pink dress, that was the day, February 14th, the day that I asked. You can see that the lesion turned into 3 separate placements.
Just asking for clarification. So when I was listening to him, and maybe I don't know if Adin got a different conception of what he was saying. So this, he said y'all filmed several times. I thought it was the same day. You're saying this was over several days.
Yes,
How many days?
I filmed with Gucci. The first day we filmed 3 sets. 3 sets. So it was the one that went mega viral with the tan and blue outfit. And then we filmed the black set with the black and the fishnets. And then we filmed another set in the same B&B with red. We filmed 3 sets that day. That day, he invited me to fly out to Houston and spend the week with him. And I agreed.
Okay.
I packed up my bags. I packed up my Airbnb. And I literally flew out there. And there, we filmed 2 sets. 3, actually. One was one in the red set. Another one was while I had a pink dress on, and the other one was a threesome while we were drunk.
And it was in Houston that you said, "Hey, your penis looked like this the first night, but now you're noticing some difference." That's what you're saying, right?
I need to get.
That's not exactly what I said. No, that's not how it went. I literally, whenever I was laying there, I noticed because over time I noticed that he was like messing with himself. Right, I noticed that he would like put his hand down there. Now I know he was itching it.
So he was itching it. You saw him itch it. You saw him start to itch it.
I saw him put his hand down there and fix himself, and now I know that that's a discreet way to scratch your herpes sore.
What?
So I asked him. I was like, "Hey, what is that on your dick?" I didn't say, "Oh, it changed over time." No, I just said, "What is that on your dick?" He said, oh, I cut myself while shaving. I said, oh, that's crazy. But Aiden, I completely believe you whenever you say that you get hair on your dick.
I
I
do.
have an ex that had hair on his dick. So whenever
Yes.
I heard that, I was like, no, I've met a man that had hair on his dick before. And I know it's very rare because I've had sexual partners, numerous sexual partners in the past.
I thought
There's
Aiden
only
was
one man
trolling.
that I came in contact with that had that, but it's still possible. And you guys can get a doctor to come on here and talk about it. It's
That's
real.
why, but that's why you were kind of like not really like freaking out because you thought, oh wow, maybe that's just what it was.
On
I
top of that,
understand.
he's one of the biggest porn stars in the game.
So
Porn
you're like,
stars.
yeah, you're thinking like, oh, there's no way because he's one of the biggest porn stars in the game. There's no way he could have that. Got it.
I'm 19 years old. This is my first collaboration. I didn't even know that I was supposed to go to talent testing or clear. Bianca Blue, actually, the person that you brought up here, I actually had a conversation with her a little bit afterwards. I would have to check what date it was, but I already told her that he had herpes. She was there the night before I linked up with him. If we compare dates, she was there the night before. If not, she was there 2 nights before, but she was in that range.
Wait.
She was there, and
Do you believe he had sex with her during that time?
he had sex with her while he had that outbreak, but she didn't see it. She told me herself she didn't see it.
Okay.
Even whenever we spoke about it. And I showed her the videos. She actually saw more videos than the rest of the world saw. She was like, oh my gosh, what the fuck? She even confirmed to me, yeah, that looks like herpes. That's why she's not going to sit up here and say, I don't think he has herpes. She's not going to say that. She's not going to corroborate his story because she knows what I told her back whenever I was still devastated about what happened to me.
Do you think she got paid off, or do you think she's just keeping her mouth shut for a specific reason? Why would she say otherwise?
I have no idea. I don't know this girl from really a can of paint. This was
I
just
have a
somebody that I
theory.
wanted to let aware because she was a collaboration of his. After I caught HSV, I actually reached out to numerous porn stars. I met some porn stars in person, like on a whim, randomly, and I told them my story. This story was not necessarily a secret amongst the porn community, especially if I came across you and I came in contact with you. I did tell. I told as many people as I could. It just didn't get far enough.
Got it.
Hey,
Got it.
I have a theory, and I'm gonna parlay into a question. So
This is crazy,
If what you're
y'all.
saying
And shout out to Lorenzo Grimes, Luigi, and MBG Gaming in the chat, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button for me, please. It's free. Just hit the like button. I'll keep going. But yeah, this is fucking wild. I mean, it started at 19 years old. I mean, she didn't want to get a job, so pop that pussy. That's what they be thinking.
right, and even about this Bianca Blue girl who was just on here, and she might have been exposed to it. Who knows if she did contract the virus, or who knows if she had the virus already? Because we all know how the virus presents itself. I think the question here also becomes, because I have a theory that there is, and that's why I asked him. I said, how many people you think are in this industry, especially of OnlyFans, that you think might have the virus, that might just be selected to say, hey, okay, Danae wants to shoot with me. I'm having an outbreak. I'm gonna just tell her next week when I'm good, or 2 weeks, whatever the time it is. I feel like you're the most vocal person that's out in it, and here's the question: why did you out it? And do you think that there are people that are being silent because there's almost a scarlet letter on you right now, while other people are like, yeah, he gave me the joint too, but I'm gonna keep it low because I'm still gonna be able to work. Now, when people think of you, they instantly think of that.
Mm-hmm. So basically, it was built up over time. Whenever I first contracted the virus, I really did want to speak out. But because of the people around me, the people I was messing with and everything like that, they didn't want, like what's going on right now, they didn't want the world to think they had herpes too, because I had herpes. So I was really saving other people's asses that I was around. And also, I was also way too afraid to just come out because OnlyFans is my main source of income. I am the breadwinner in my family. Even at 19, 20 years old, I was still the breadwinner in my family. My mom was being assisted and everything like that. I didn't just feel comfortable going out and saying, oh yeah, I had herpes. Victims of sexual assault, victims.
Man, that simp economy. That simp economy. Woo. It could take your family out the hood.
of things like this don't just come out blatantly immediately. Even then, even whenever I wanted to, didn't mean that I was going to go and do it. It was
So,
just something in my heart that I knew that I wanted to do.
so you speaking up now, what's changed, right? Obviously, the whole world is. You're not. By the way, I want to let you know it's very. I'm gonna let you speak on your, what you want to speak on. Actually, no. Matter of fact, I'll hold my thought. You tell me what you're just about to say. Go ahead.
Okay, so about a month ago, the only other man that I publicly had unprotected sex with after I caught herpes, at Touch Money V, he does not have herpes either. He called me and he was like, "I need to let you know something that's been weighing on me. There's another girl saying that Gucci gave her herpes, but she's not going to come out and say it. It's this white girl, and I don't necessarily want to say her name. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy, because that is her story and what she wants to tell. But there were rumors
Sky
that he
Bree?
already gave somebody else herpes, right? And so I was like, oh my gosh. So I was right, because whenever I first caught it, I was like, what if he's doing it to a ton of people? And then after that, he had a collaboration that I noticed, and she's some porn star's baby mother or something like that. And I noticed that she quit OnlyFans after working with him. That's another thing that I noticed. And then he posted a collaboration with a girl that I was mutually associated with online. She was another girl that I was afraid possibly got exposed to HSV2. And at that time, it was to the point where it was like, I felt like if I found out another girl caught it after me, it would destroy me. And if I'm being honest, it has happened. And there are people that they know that it was him. But as far as their careers, they're not willing to jeopardize their reputation. They're not willing to change their career right now. They don't want the hate that's going on, because I'm sure everybody is watching what's going on, how people are talking about me and my situation. These girls don't want to be publicly humiliated. There are other women that are too afraid to speak up. And eventually, after this live stream, I have a really good feeling that they might come out and say what they need to say. But that's basically why I came out here.
Real quick, how many girls would you say that have associated themselves with Gucci that you think may have it?
That I think, or that I know so far?
That you know so far.
Both.
Well, allegedly, no, whatever, because I don't necessarily know if these girls are completely telling the truth, but I do believe them. Right now, I have 3 people confirmed that are telling me that they got it from him, and tested positive after they collabed with him, all of which are on the fence about pressing charges. But I want to say something, and I want to show something real quick, just because he did try to just say that weird stuff about, oh yeah, she probably gave it to me. So I'm going to go on my Quest Diagnostics. Mind you, I did not know about talent testing or Clear whenever this happened. So I'm going to log in, because this man, for some reason, didn't want to show himself logging in. Little reminder, if you go on Twitter, you'll see that he was known whenever his name was Mandingo Gucci for faking his test results. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind. But,
Doctored, like I said.
But watch, it's signing in. Give me a second. But I will show you that March 1st, 2024, I was still negative for HSV2 and HSV1.
And then what was the date that you tested positive for it?
I can't tell you yet. As soon as I call, because I will call the place. I did not get an actual, okay. I didn't get on here. I got a phone call that I tested positive for it.
Okay.
It's not working. Hold on, give me a second. It's literally loading.
Sure.
I don't know why this is being crazy. But
someone said, can you ask about the Melt situation? Because I know who Melt is. Is that somebody that you had sex with not knowing that you had HSV2, or what happened with that?
I had to put my fucking hat on. Y'all want to know why? Because that nigga Gucci is fucking capping. At this point, we need to fucking call it. This bitch is logging in her damn HPV test result login thing. He didn't even do that. He just pulled up a fucking screenshot from a camera roll. I told y'all that shit was doctored. He's lying.
Well, respectfully, I really didn't want to talk about that man, because he is clout chasing. He's actually started to burn a lot of bridges with people in the industry for some reason.
Okay.
I'm not really sure why. Um,
Hey, so I wanted to, you know, you had
Hold on,
mentioned.
Hold on. She got it right here. Let's see.
Mhm.
okay, so we're gonna scroll to 3/1
Before we see
24
it. Yep.
view.
Okay.
Wait a second. So I want you to see hepatitis B. So we're gonna go to HSV 1 and 2. I was still negative
Got it.
for both.
Got it.
3/1/2024. Gucci, if you get that positive result tomorrow, you did not get it from me, boo. Respectfully. But
How much do you trust that he's going to his private physician rather than like one of these industry standard? He said he's going to a private physician, so he's going to have to share his results rather than something that could be verified, or something that's more industry standard.
This Nigerian is
What's your thoughts on that?
scamming.
my thoughts is he's been literally documented as a liar. Like there are numerous accounts saying that he's lied to people's faces. So I don't trust him in the slightest bit. Not a word that this man says anymore I will ever believe unless I one have proof from not only him but a third party that has nothing to do with his personal life. Nothing.
Mm.
That is the only time I will believe that anything that comes out of his mouth. I know that I it from
Danae, are you going to continue to be doing OnlyFans and content like that? To that matter, are you going to continue to do so even though you tested positive for HSV2? I just want to know, what does the future look like for you?
So as far as collaborations, I've stopped for months. The last collaboration that I had was with Touch Money V a couple months ago. I think it was about 3 months ago. I have not done an actual sexual collaboration in a couple months. I do not plan on continuing collabs. I do plan on keeping my OnlyFans up, and I may drop content if I choose to, but that is now something that I do want to leave behind because it has caused some trauma in my life. And I also
Can I ask you about that last collab? You said the last collab with Touch Money V. That was after you reportedly contracted the virus. Were you upfront with him and saying, "Hey, listen, I got this," or did you
yeah.
not know yet? And he was okay with it.
I was completely aware that I had HSV, and not only that, I was telling people. By the time that I came in contact with Touch Money V, he was already mutual friends with people who were talking about it in front of him that I caught HSV2 from Gucci. So he hit me up in my DM, texted me, telling me that he wanted to collab with me, and he was like, "But I have a couple questions." I didn't even tell him about my HSV2 diagnosis. He asked me, "Hey, I heard this. Is this true?" And I told him yes. And
So,
then afterwards, he still decided like he wanted to still collaborate. He was completely aware. I even told him to make himself completely comfortable because he was in his head at the time. He even called his doctor himself, and his doctor told him that if she doesn't have an outbreak or is about to get an outbreak, the chances of you catching HSV2 is low. It's actually down to 10%. Even if if it's a viral shedding episode, it is still low at 10%.
got you. Well, sorry, I just have one question here. What is the situation regarding the Matt situation? Who's Matt, and what's the situation regarding Matt?
Who's Matt?
So much plug types. Something about
Who the fuck
he
is
ate your
Matt?
ass.
Oh, you're talking about Melt. Okay.
Oh,
Literally, he literally ate my ass in January or February before I collabed with Gucci. I never had sex with Melt again. I never even seen Melt again after
Okay.
I freaking collabed with Gucci. He is completely in the clear of HSV. He's literally just talking about how I got karma for telling people that he ate my ass.
Got it.
I have the girl that you guys were also addressing earlier about her being a content creator, or he said that it was a collaboration. She's calling me right now. Can I answer?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so basically I'm on stream
We
right
got
now. Do you want to defend
action.
yourself or do you want to say anything? They can hear you, just a warning.
They don't know who I am, though, right?
No, I'm not gonna they only know your abbreviation. AAY.
Okay, so I mean, I was with him like last year, And I guess he got mad at me about something, so he just now decided to release the video. And he told me, I'm going to send you the video. If you don't want it released, I'm not going to release it. So a few months later is when he decided to release the video, and it went viral. I cried and cried and cried. Don't release the video. Take it down. He published it. I guess he sold it to some type of porn site, and it went viral from there. And I begged him for months to take the video down. Oh, you got to talk to my management team. You got to talk to da-da-da. He kept dubbing me and pushing me off for months. So long story short, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna get my lawyer involved. So he was just like, oh, I don't have time to deal with that. I'll take it down. He never took the video down until the other day. So then I told him, like, bro, I am pregnant. I can't be dealing with none of this shit that you're talking about. Like, he blocked my number. So I go to the doctor every 2 weeks because I'm pregnant, and they've taken my blood, they've taken all my urine samples, they did anal swabs, they did vaginal swabs. Nothing came back, but it's just, why are you ignoring me?
Wow.
Yeah, they heard everything.
Hey, Danae, you said something on Twitter, so I want to ask how you rationalize it, right? Because Gucci says she might be a victim, she's not my victim. That's his statement. What you did say is that you are a victim, but you also said that you said it was your fault, and I think some people might be having a hard time rationalizing what that means. If you're a victim, how could it be your fault, right? So how do you look at the entire situation, in the aftermath?
So I live my life trying to hold myself accountable in every situation that I'm in, whether or not I am the main problem or I'm the smallest problem. So I was always taught that, especially whenever I was young. I grew up around dysfunctional people. So you learn how to break generational curses as you get older. And so I can completely understand that I should have known as an OF creator and a quote unquote baby porn star what a herpes sore or a dried up herpes sore looks like, not to collaborate with somebody unless you get their full panel results. I completely understand that. But not only were me and Gucci collaborating, he also was speaking to me in a romantic manner and he was making romantic gestures. So
did you get his name tatted? I seen a video. Like,
I did. It's covered now.
Wait, were you guys that much involved that you got his name tatted though?
Wait,
how old are you? How old are you?
She got his fucking name tatted? How much money did he make her?
I was
19.
19 at the time.
Oh.
I'm 20 now.
Okay.
I turned 20 in March.
So if you tatted his name,
herpes.
If you tatted his name, you like this guy, right?
Yeah, we were like,
Y'all were in
at
a poly
first,
or something.
he was
That's what I
a
seen.
very sweet guy. I got his name tatted 4 days into knowing him, and I know everybody's like, "Whoa,
Wow.
what the fuck?"
Was the dick that good? And like, I know. Obviously, it's sour grapes at this point, but still.
It was just big.
Bro,
I'm
Ak, hold on, Ak, you're a grown ass man asking if another dick is good.
No, because I gotta ask her why would she get his name tatted 4 days into meeting him?
Because she liked them. They liked each other a lot.
It wasn't even just that.
Aiden, that's
it
not
was
normal.
also
That's
content.
not normal. That's not normal.
It was, it's not normal, but I am not in a normal predicament. It was also content. He was telling me that he was going to be my content partner. He was telling me that we were going to keep consistently making content. This meeting was not, oh yeah, let's just collab and then part ways. No, the reason why I was in Houston, the reason why I was spending time in Houston was because he was going to become one of my romantic, like he was going to be my romantic partner. This was not just a collaboration. And so I got it even right here. The placement is kind of fucking ironic because while we're doing content, they're going to see, oh yeah, this is his. Bro,
I get it. Act basically while she's sucking dick, it's gonna be like right here.
Calm down. Hold on. Wait, all right, hold on.
Basically, I mean, Aiden's not fucking wrong. Why would you get his fucking name tatted because he's your content partner? You know how stupid that fucking sounds? Some of these women are airheads.
Wait, so again, I'm going to ask a few devil advocate questions just because, in situations like this, you'll have people thinking like this, right? So someone might say, well, maybe you and him fell out and now you're just blaming anything you've contracted on him. Did you cover the tattoo after you found out, or did you guys fall out before? Because you clearly covered it, and you're just bringing your story to light now. So what happened? So you went there. I guess he sold you a dream. You guys having sex. You know he's and I've heard this theory also said, right. They were like, hey, she's 19, and probably ignored safeguards because of the collab potential and what it could do for her career. Do you think that's true or no?
I know that's not true.
Okay.
I know that in the moment I just wasn't thinking, and also I would have expected somebody with herpes, especially in this field, to disclose their herpes diagnosis. And on top of that, with people thinking that I just said it was because I was mad, me and him stopped talking right before I found out that I had herpes. My gut was telling me to get away from this man, not only because of my health situation, but it was also this man did not make me feel safe.
What does that mean?
So,
If you could explain, sorry.
so it has been documented that this man has a tendency to be aggressive.
Wait, well, sorry, has he hit you or pushed you or shoved you or anything like that?
He has not hit me, but he did grab my hair and scream in my face that I don't know who I'm messing with. I can even have my friend vouch for me. I had to call my friend in the middle of the debate, or not the debate, the altercation, even though I was frozen. He was screaming at me. He was drunk. He was mad. Stuff happened that night that I don't necessarily want to get into because I would be bringing another person that does not need to be named in the situation. But my friend heard him threatening my life.
And I have a question for you. Sorry, Danae. Someone asked me to ask you about. There's a threesome that you guys had. Who is the other person involved in that threesome?
Respectfully, I don't want to talk about it because the girl no longer does content and the girl does not need to be addressed. I mean, me and her did have an altercation, and that's all I'm gonna leave it at is that tensions were high that night.
Got you.
You beat her ass.
Could
I watched you on the 20v1. They say you were known, which, again, I'm playing devil's advocate here. They say you're known to beat up bitches. They said that's what they said about you. And matter of fact, you kind of, I want to shout out the YouTuber Sean something. I don't know if that was an old or new thing, but they said you were known to be aggressive yourself. So, you look nice and sweet here, but like maybe you're aggressive as well.
I can definitely say that I have developed a name for myself for being able to fight, yes, but I only get in altercations, physical altercations, whenever I feel like I am unsafe.
Okay.
Whenever somebody threatens me, I could take it there, but I'd rather not. I'd rather talk it out. But if things get physical, just know that it is not just, oh, I'm trying to be an aggressor, I'm being the aggressor. No. I'm pretty sure if everything didn't happen and things went well with the Gucci situation, his roommates could even vouch that anything that happened that night was because everything got out of hand, as far as the other two in the threesome. And I was in the middle.
Jealousy or
and
no?
Just went off. I don't really want to talk about this situation.
Okay. Could you just give us like a broad timeline, because things seem to be unraveling really quickly. So you meet the guy, do a scene. He convinces you to come to Houston. You go to Houston with him pretty much the next day. Do a couple more scenes. 4 days later, you get his name tatted. When do you guys stop dealing with each other?
Yeah, like the absolute day, the last time that you guys actually.
Yeah, because it seems like you guys may have not been messing around for more than like 30 days. It feels like this was like maybe a 2-week thing, right? Am I tripping?
Oh, that's not the case. No, it was about a month.
Okay.
What's it called? So basically, we officially stopped talking March 22nd, the day before my birthday. I started getting nightmares and I started feeling really uneasy about this man. I like to say that I'm very spiritual. So if something puts me off and turns me off, I'm kind of off. So me and him were kind of like going back and forth, not really talking up until that day and everything like that. And then my last message to him before I texted him, basically after I found out, was never contact me again.
Okay.
On March 22nd.
And then hold on, what did you put under the net? You'll never. Sorry, under that you put something. Would you put?
I don't know if I'm supposed to read that. Well, I said you will reap what you sow. You know what you did, and one day God will handle you. You knew I wouldn't find out till later. I wonder how many others there were. You're sick and don't deserve your name, because his name means God is worthy to be prayed. Aluatosin. So
wait, hold on. Gucci third leg means what? Wait, hold on. What?
That's what he told me the definition of his name is. I did meet another Nigerian man that told me that that's not what it meant, but it does still have relation to God. But basically I said like, oh, my collab, the only other man I had sex with raw too is calling me. Can I answer?
Yes.
Not the only other man, well, collab that I had sex with raw. Can you turn off the live stream in the background, please?
Hey, you still on? Wait, hello?
Yeah, I'm still on stream. You're actually they're all listening to you right now. You want to say something?
Wait. Because people call and telling me that you saying something about me on stream. Like, worry.
I'm saying that you don't have herpes. I'm clearing your name, love.
Somebody said something about a white girl. What is that?
Okay, so you remember whenever we were on FaceTime that day and you told me that you heard that a white girl was going around saying that he gave her herpes?
Oh, okay. That gets scared because whoa.
I believe this is Touch Money V.
Anything else, but like I didn't even. Yeah, more of the story. The girl was like, yeah, he gave it to her spring break in Miami. But my homeboy, he tripping. He said some other shit. He said the white bitch with herpes. So I was like, but he said you telling the live stream that. So I'm like, whoa, wait.
Yeah, well.
That's not true. But,
well, thanks for helping me out, love.
You could. But yeah, handle that.
All right. So yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna ask another. Again, I know you also probably have the OnlyFans community who are probably tuned in for this. So I don't want them to think
yes, Suave. This is live.
Ask questions to fuck you up, but I want to ask questions that that you're not.
Well,
see
4 minutes
to this
delay, but live.
That you can just address it here. Some people are gonna be like, okay, why go to the internet rather than go to the cops? Like, because obviously, if you are infected with something and you're intentionally spreading it, and you're not disclosing it to people, that could be a crime, right? And you mentioned other people are thinking about pressing charges. Why didn't you choose that route?
Okay, so I had people in my ear scaring me, telling me that it's not going to work. You're not going to be able to charge him. And I'm not worried about having this be a civil case. I don't want his money. I couldn't care
Hit the
less
like button
how much
for
money
me, y'all,
he made
please,
off of me
please.
or any other girls. I want this man registered as a sex offender. I want this man in jail. What he's done to multiple women, allegedly, and what he has done definitely to me, deserves to be in jail. And I honestly have seen the justice system fail people time and time again. It's like this case with the guy that got prosecuted and murdered for a murder he didn't even commit. I know that there was a large risk that I didn't have enough. All I had was the videos of his outbreaks. All I had was the negative result on March 1st. But as far as the other stuff, I wasn't sure that I would win. But
did you talk to the police though, or at least try to contact them?
No.
Are you thinking about doing that or no?
Yes, for sure. For sure, especially after this live stream. Especially after this one.
What do you think he was gonna say tonight? Because obviously this was the first time he was gonna speak. Do you think in any part of your mind, did you think he was gonna admit it, maybe issue an apology, or do you think he was gonna kind of like gaslight and just be like, "Yo, he a victim, not my victim"? You thought it was gonna do that?
Well, that was even, I'm not gonna lie, he surprised the freak out of me. I'm not going to hold you. As far as saying that he has HSV1 but not HSV2, oh, you are creative. What else? Him saying that I'm not his victim. rubs me a bit weird. I didn't expect him to really name drop or really address me at all. I thought he was going to address the things like the rape allegations that are pinned against him, the allegations of him faking his test results, all that other stuff. I didn't think that he was actually going to talk about me because he knows what he did. But
Do you think he ruined your life?
no. As far as ruined it, he did drastically change my life. He did cause a lot of trauma, a lot of emotional instability, and a lot of things going on. But I personally don't feel like anybody's life can be ruined from having herpes. Herpes is definitely
I
lifelong.
only asked that because I watched the videos of you being so emotional and crying, and I watched your vlog, and I was just like, you know, again, I feel like there's maybe other women who are, for whatever they're thinking about their career, they're like, oh, I'm going to be quiet. And for you, just emotionally, you couldn't be quiet because you felt it was affecting you just mentally and maybe even physically as well, that you felt you had to speak out. So I was wondering where you were.
It definitely affected me drastically. It has changed my life. I won't say he ruined my life, primarily because it has taught me to be more healthy. It's taught me to establish more boundaries in my life. It has taught me to be more safe. It has made me get more educated on several different STDs. And I honestly believe that whenever you contract a virus like this or any virus, you can literally free yourself from burdens, mental burdens, physical burdens by just having optimism. And I feel like now that I have optimism, I don't feel like he ruined my life. Did I feel like he ruined my life whenever it first happened? Yes.
Is this the first?
Now,
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No,
I was going to ask, was this the first STD you've ever contracted?
No.
Okay. But the first incurable one?
Yes.
Okay. What did you think about him saying that he quits? He says after his tests come back, he's putting his jersey into the rafters and he's quitting.
Yeah, she's a bit more honest for me.
OnlyFans game. And he says he might even delete his channel. So, I'm guessing he has
I believe her over Gucci. I'm just saying. Over Gucci third bump, I believe her.
So, y'all don't think it's a little suspicious? Not fishy at all? This man his career was completely fine before these allegations came out. And then now that things are out about him,
he says he want to focus on promoting a condom.
Quit.
He says he want to focus on promoting a condom.
I thought it was a joke when he told me he was promoting a crypto NFT with condoms. That's the craziest thing. That means he's and look, I'm not fucking trying to, but that's crazy. Like NFT fucking for condom promotion is crazy.
Yo, Aiden, stop playing.
Why are you not like, bro? That's crazy, bro.
Now you want to use condoms?
I agree
now you
with
want to
Aiden
promote
Ross
condoms
for some reason.
Crazy. Hey.
But look, one thing I do think that's a bit sus on Gucci's end, because I haven't made a decision yet. Like, I think like you're coming in here with the facts. I would have loved to have seen you guys on the same panel together. Tomorrow he wants to do
it too.
Tomorrow he's going to show the results live on stream with me and Ak. I hope that you come and do that tomorrow. I just don't really.
You see how Aiden just dragged Ak into this?
I don't know. Ak, what are you thinking?
Listen, this is what I believe, right? I believe that Gucci might have it, but he's in denial that he gave it to her. Right? So, in a way to cope, it's like saying, hey, if I got it, and he probably, one thing, and that's why when I was asking him questions, he wasn't that clear on, even though he said, oh, we get tested every 2 weeks, but then he said, well, I had outdated tests. So he probably didn't know when he contracted it. And I think it's probably a better coping mechanism to be like, well, if you have it, you gave it to me, rather than you've been having it but neglecting your health, so you've been giving it to people, right? And I think the timing of the I quit or I'm retiring, like, come on, bro. This nigga think he's like LeBron, like, you know what I mean? But hey, you know what I mean? I don't think this would have happened if you didn't speak out. And one thing I've realized about the OnlyFans like game is like, it seems more of a hustle more than a profession, because it feels like people are in it for the quick buck, as opposed to realizing that, hey, this is supposed to be a community like the porn community is, at least LA porn community, where like, hey, if you know half of these chicks, and again, I don't hate OnlyFans models at all, really. It's just that half of these chicks are fucking random rappers and athletes who are fucking everybody, right? It's kind of unsafe. So like something like this is bound to happen. I think you're gonna be the poster child, and he's gonna be the poster child for people to realize that, yeah, for the quick buck you made, you might, you know, like again, you're 20 years old and you've contracted something that you can never get rid of. You're gonna have to be coping with it, right? And you know, it's put like a microscope on that. It's put a microscope on that industry that hopefully, you know, there's some changes that happen. If you ask me.
And that was literally the intention. I didn't want to hear another person come out and say, "Yeah, I got herpes from Gucci Third Leg. I got herpes from a porn collab." I feel like just because it is so prevalent in the population does not mean that
Honestly, that is the craziest thing about this to me as well. Like, who knows how many of these OnlyFans girls that Gucci third bump has been fucking? Who knows how many of them actually have the herp? And none of them are going to confirm that they got it from him or when was the last time they had fucked him, because they don't want to stop their bag. That is wild. So now HPV2 is going to be spread all through the industry, the OnlyFans industry. Because Brazzers and them, they don't play that shit. Brazzers and them, they gonna make you get a fucking actual test. Like, we need to know everything you got, buddy. That's crazy. The thing is, he's putting other people in jeopardy by not speaking up. That is true. That is true. Like, at the end of the day, she can't be the only one on this hill saying, hey, that nigga dick is nasty. Pause.
porn star should have herpes and not disclose to their partner or their collaboration that they don't have it. Respectfully, I feel like morally, if you have come in contact with any kind of disease, disclosing is the most important thing to do. Let that person know that there is a risk of you contracting something with having sex. You know, but a lot of people aren't comfortable. A lot of people aren't ready for rejection. A lot of people aren't, because I know women and models that have contracted HSV in the porn industry that it wasn't from Gucci. It was from whenever they first started 6 years ago, 10 years ago. And they just don't know who it was because they might have had a full group scene or they fucked a couple people that day. You know?
I want to ask you a question. For someone that wants to know if they have...
Look, I want to say this. Well, I got 200 people in. Don't ever throw your morals away because times get rough. Because having moral integrity gonna keep you out of situations like this. It's gonna keep you out of situations like having to figure out whether you got HPV2 or not. That's just not fun. It's not fun.
HSV2 or not, what's the correct way of doing it and also proving to the world that they don't have it?
So honestly, it's none of the world's business, first off. It's none of anybody's business other than the person that you are going to be having sex with. Just to make that clear. But as far as figuring out if you have HSV or herpes in general, honestly, everybody has the gene. Everybody has it in their system. It's just whether or not it's activated. As you can see, whenever I showed my result, there was a number on that green box that I had. It said less than 0.9. That means yes, it's in my system. No, it's not active. No, I cannot give it to anybody. No, I will not receive an outbreak. If you have HSV 1 or 2 and you're not experiencing symptoms, honestly, healthcare providers do not suggest that you go get tested because you could scare yourself. You could scare yourself into thinking that you have something and that you're going to have to deal with something lifelong that will probably never come up and never be contagious ever in your life. As far as getting tested, I feel like you should get tested if you have symptoms. If you have something like an outbreak, if you have discomfort, if you have itchiness, if there are symptoms, go get tested. But if not, I mean, herpes is literally something that isn't life-threatening for real.
So it's overrated, basically.
Of course, the stigma is way too high. People think that you're dirty just because you have herpes. I literally know somebody personally that caught herpes their first body. The first time they ever had sex was the first time they ever contracted whatever the fuck. I don't know how to say that.
Contracted.
There it is. I do know how to say that, but it just didn't come to mind. Contracted it without having multiple sex partners. It was the first time they were deceived. Things like this is sexual assault. It's sexual violence. It's
if you
real.
do decide to keep doing your OnlyFans and keep having sex on OnlyFans, are you? I'm obviously they're gonna know, but I'm saying, are you gonna be using protection now? Are you not gonna be using protection? What does your future content look like?
So my future content is really gonna kind of be solo content. I haven't necessarily been into the whole collaboration. If I do post a porno or anything like that, it's going to be like a romantic partner, somebody that I'm actually involved with. Again, after I caught HSV, I started to respect myself more, if I'm being completely honest. I stopped having just random ass sex as often as I would before.
By the way, is that I don't mean to cut you, but is that also like maybe, you know, for the young girls who are watching you, you said after you caught this STD doing OnlyFans, you started to respect yourself a bit more. Do you think that that's part of, you know, because again, this whole collab thing, and really what I think is that I think if homie got it, he probably was collabing with smaller creators, knowing that maybe I don't have the leverage of saying certain shit or asking him for certain shit, and y'all are just thinking about the collab opportunity, right? So like, yo, that gotta be a bold move to know you got a big ass bump on your shit and be like, yo,
he's a master manipulator,
filming in 4K, right?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of predators go for people that don't have a lot of knowledge, don't have a lot of experience, and go for people that won't necessarily catch on. That's
Danae. Rob Suno, they say that you had a previous relationship with, I don't know what that is right now. Were you guys having, I don't want to get involved in your guys' private life, but is that somebody that, you know, did you know at the time that you had HSV2 when you were with that person?
He knows that I have HSV, but I don't feel like it's anybody's business whether or not I had sex with him or not.
True. Fair enough. Yeah, it's your guys' own relationship. I agree. But he knew it was weird.
Yeah. And a lot of people that I've met in person, even if we didn't have a sexual relationship or not, know that I have HSV too. It's not a secret.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, by the way, so, you know, again, Gucci Third Leg, yeah, the name is so crazy. So Gucci Third Leg says he's going to present his results on stream tomorrow. If he is indeed negative, will you give him an apology? And also, by the way, he says he is flirting with the idea.
What's the odds right now, y'all? What are the odds that Gucci doesn't do that stream tomorrow? Because she just kind of exposed him. Like, I do not believe a word that's coming out of that nigga's mouth now. I know for a fact this is a Nigerian scammer that's talking whenever they speak. What are the odds that he comes back tomorrow to do the stream with the fake ass positive test results and talking to her? What are the odds, chat? Let me know.
Of pursuing legal action, because you essentially have labeled him as someone that has an STD that's passed it out. You know, I don't know if that's what's nudging him to retire, but he's saying he's contemplating, once his results is in, pursuing some legal action about how you've spoken about him.
I mean, that's fine if he wants to take legal action. I'm not. Does it look like my hand is shaking? I'm not at all scared of that. He can do whatever he needs to do to prove his case. I won't apologize because I came face to face with exactly what infected me. I'm not. I even if he does come up here with fake results or real results, another thing that I will tell everybody is that if he was on medication for long enough, he could become undetectable after being on medication for a specific amount of time. So I just want everybody to keep that in mind. But
wait, so you're saying that if he were to actually have HSV2 but he was on medication, it won't show up in a blood test?
If he was on medication for a prolonged period of time and he was undergoing treatment to make sure it's undetectable, yes, he could come up with a negative result. That happens. It's the same with HIV. You could be diagnosed with HIV 1 year and then 2 years later it's undetectable.
And how do you do that?
Medication. treatment.
Medication. Gotcha.
Hey, by the way, does it make, because once all of this happened, and I'm wondering how you feel as a person. Like I really want to know like your reaction to, like I seen one of my friends, Silky, like he's like, yo, she DM me, like, but he's like, yo, I dodged the bullet. I see there was a porn star, Lil D. Pause on that, by the way. He came out. He said, "Yo, I only took a picture with her." Like people are almost treating you like, yo, they have to speak up to say they never had sex with you, or if they did, was way before. Does that make you feel a little bit hurt that people are speaking about you like, like they wouldn't want to touch you with a 10-foot pole, or, oh, I'm glad nothing happened, like they dodged a bullet, like they're speaking about you like that?
I really can put myself in other people's shoes. As far as Silky goes, I DM'd him after I saw the clip of him showing that he dodged a bullet. I literally, my management told me to hit him up to see if I could go on stream. I've been on several streams, time and time again, with Kai Cenat, Deshae Frost, V Boogie, all them people. Like, I've been on streams. I was just trying to see if I could go on a stream. Yes, he's an attractive man, but again, after I caught HSV, I slowed the fuck down.
Wait, did you fuck Kai?
As far as
Be honest. You fuck Kai?
no.
Oh, okay.
So hold on, you're saying as soon as you got HSV2 and you knew that, that's when you were like, all right, I'm gonna take a step back and stop basically having sex so easily. You kind of like, I guess you could say you kind of like matured in your sexual life. It's like when you caught.
I'm sorry, y'all. I had to drink on that one. Casting that stream she was on, she says. I'm gonna keep drinking on that one, actually.
You kind of had like a reality check.
110%. And I feel like that's like a sign, again, to get into spirituality. It's a sign from divine to me that it was time to slow down, because even though I'm saying respect myself, OnlyFans models doing OnlyFans right now, it's not that they don't respect themselves. Mind you, like Akademiks said, it's a hustle. For me, it's rooted in things far more deeper than just a hustle. So for me, it was me disrespecting myself in a way, and I had to heal from that trauma. I had to self-explore, and I had to get to the root of things. But I definitely.
How much have you went down the realm of religion or spirituality? It felt like it was an awakening moment for you. Have you got into church, reading the Bible? Like, what have you been doing?
So I actually did.
These are the questions we asking right now. She just bought her first out of the making all the millions off that punani. All of a sudden, she's looking for God's grace. I bet.
2 months ago. Did I get through the whole thing? Gonna be honest, no. I've kind of always been on the border of religious and not. My mom was atheist, my dad was Christian, so you could only imagine what kind of household I was brought up in. I really started my spiritual journey whenever I was 15, after some things happened to me. And from there, I feel like I've just gotten closer and closer with first myself and Most High. And I honestly think that whenever I caught herpes, it was a time where it was just like, I was so excited for how much money that I was bringing in, especially after the Deshae Frost show and everything like that. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, money's looking great. Let me keep going. And then God was like, wait, it's time to slow down with the fucking.
I know good and goddamn well Ak and Danae Davis and fucking Adin Ross ain't having no conversation about God after HPV2 is being brought up and spread amongst thousands of fucking people. All praise be to the Most High. But damn. Sorry. But damn. What? What is going on here? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Chief Chemo, Lost Marcel Almighty. I might as well shout him out. Look, I did not think this would be this long. Suave, Lorenzo, Dean. Where can I just watch the stream? Hey man, Akademiks is live right now. This is on X Live. So you want to go there? Go there. Look, like I said, fair use, my nigga, fair use. I gotta keep talking. At some point, I have to pause. I let him rock for about 10 minutes, but at some point, I gotta pause. I'm just saying.
Because you just wild out right before you got all these blessings, and in order to keep this thing going, in order to use your energy in the best ways possible, I have to give you a wake up call, you know?
Wow.
And that was that.
I know this is kind of a personal question, but I'm curious, and the reason why I'm curious, it's a two pointer. How many bodies did you have before you caught, and then how many do you have after? And I just want to see where you're at with your sex life. And it's just anybody that also is worried about HSV2, and also you're doing this for the women out there, even men out there. So how many bodies would you approximate that you had before and then after you were contracted?
So since everybody thinks I'm already nasty, bitch, I don't give a fuck about telling my body count. So Gucci was 44. Okay. I am now at 58. So during the time, and listen. After Gucci, right? Before I found out that I had herpes, I wilded the fuck out. Okay. After Gucci, I caught. Let me go back.
Wait. Hold on. By the way, wild the fuck out just for content, or you were just having fun having sex with random men?
I was literally like just having like protected just flings, you know? And I was very safe. Like the only time that I was careless was with Gucci. As far as everybody else, people that weren't porn stars, I was overly conscious of everything that I was doing, you know? Condoms for head and sex. Not only that, I wouldn't even have sex like for real. Like it might have been like, oh
Well,
yeah.
stop it. You
so I
did
can just
not.
put-
You did not suck the Shea Frost dick with a condom. Stop the cap.
I had sex with Deshae Frost before I fucked Gucci.
No, I
And
know. Remember you because you said you gave Deshae Frost oral sex in June.
yeah, but I'm talking about like the spree that I had.
Oh,
The
okay.
spree was already cut by the time I had oral sex with Deshae.
Got it.
Yeah,
By the way, just trying to fact check here. I know you clearly pinpointed the
Andy,
Gucci
she
situation,
capping
but
about some
did
shit
mention
too.
44
I believe
guys
so as well.
before him or including him. How many men did you have sex with? Because you said it was in February, January, and February. Did you know?
mhm. I didn't while out until probably like a week and a half before I found out that I had herpes. So with that time frame keeping in mind, there's no way that I would have fucking tested positive for herpes from any of those men other than Gucci.
How many men do you
So
think?
yeah.
That look on your face is like that look on your face is like, the niggas.
Nah, it was just I'm not good at math. Hold on, I gotta use my
You gotta
calculator.
do math?
What?
I'm not good at math. Sorry.
Okay. Use your calculator. Let's see where we're at.
Yo, hold on.
Before I stopped, it was literally 7.
7.
Wait. So you had 7 before you completely were like, fuck this. I'm out. Like I'm out of the sex game. Like I'm a like be on some different shit. 7.
In a short amount of time. Like mind you, it was literally like a week
Okay.
where I already had lesions. Like I already experienced my lesions and everything. Like I didn't know what it was. I was still testing negative for herpes and everything. The lesions already presented themselves prior to me having sex with these people.
Sorry, you said
And-
7 different you said 7 different bodies in 1 week, right?
By the way, you know why I'd called OnlyFans a hustle for most people is that, put it like this, right? And I don't want to pocket watch already, but I could, I always pocket watch, but still, I would imagine you said you're taking care of your family. Like this is like a career, right? I feel like a lot of people don't treat OnlyFans like even the low level porn star treats porn. For example, and the reason why I was saying about OnlyFans women is that if I know having sex with other male creators, right, is my job, I wouldn't jeopardize this to go outside that circle to fuck random people, fly out here, go fuck this rapper, this and third, knowing that, like, look what happened to you. Not saying obviously that happened there because you say you called it via creator, but it could just end your whole shit, or not end your whole shit, but like just kind of change the trajectory of your life. And I think those people, and I'm even speaking about Gucci. I'm pretty sure he was just slanging cock everywhere. Like I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure if he does have it, he didn't contract it from maybe a female creator. He maybe caught a chick on South Beach and just dicked her down and caught it. He was probably fucking every chick raw. You get what I'm saying? And that's the hustle part. If when I know a lot of sex workers, that are on OnlyFans that they almost do like some cognitive dissonance in terms of how they look at OnlyFans. And because of that, there's a breakdown where you don't take it as serious or you don't think that you need to have these necessary safeguards to make sure such a thing that we're talking about today doesn't happen. You get what I'm saying? So, again, I do think this is very important because I hope the industry acknowledges this and like makes necessary changes because like I look at you, you're 20 years old and you basically say your trajectory of your life, like you're literally saying you almost regret it, right? Like obviously not regret making the money, but you regret these circumstances that led to this moment, right?
Well, that's part of life. And look, the person you are today is you had to have gone through what you have gone through, and you've learned a lot. And I think that's good. I think everything happens for a reason, right? You said you picked up a Bible, and now you're understanding what you got to do now, and all this stuff. So I think you've learned a lot, and maybe this is the correct path for you.
Your future romantic partner. How would you? I know you're very young. You're probably not there yet. But and maybe you haven't even thought about this, but like, how would you explain this to your future romantic partner of how you came to this point, right? Like, that person's probably gonna love you, but they're probably gonna want to understand the decisions that led you to that point, and that the fact that they would be, they're gonna have to cope with the fact that you have herpes. Like, have you thought about that or no?
I have thought about it, and like you said, my future partner is gonna love me regardless of my past. And I honestly haven't. I don't want to overthink about it because I know that real love isn't based on what has happened before, what will happen later. It's about how you guys feel right now, how you guys are compatible, and everything like that. And I want everybody, even if you caught HSV, regardless if you had a whole phase or not, remember that like somebody is going to love you regardless of what happened to you. Like it doesn't matter, especially to them, especially to that person that is really meant to love you. But I wanted to ask something actually, because like if like he was getting tested right every week, like he said that he was,
I think he said every
and
two
if he
weeks.
was
You're right. Yeah, every 2 weeks.
every 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
why can't we see a test result today? Why do we have to wait until tomorrow? If he already has a negative result from recently, why can't he post it today? Why can't he show us like for sure?
Hold on, great question, and I'm gonna give the answer that my understanding gave me, and then you could tell me because you're in that business. It felt like he was agreeing with me when I said that most standard testing panels does not include a blood test for HSV2. You could tell me if standard panels for the adult entertainment industry included. I guess he was saying, yeah, the majority of people don't get tested for it. So I guess he has to go out of his way and to request a test for it, and that's how we could get it, right? Does that make sense?
Okay, well, I mean, but I know that. I mean, shit.
Well, we're gonna see tomorrow. I mean, I'm not trying to give him the benefit of the doubt here, right? I don't, but tomorrow he is coming on.
I think that boy guilty. I ain't gonna lie to you. I definitely think he's guilty. Like, you know what I mean? I think he's capping a little bit too much, but I think he's trying to do one of those things to say, she ain't catching from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what he's trying to do. How much would an apology mean to you? Like, if he was saying, hey, listen, I apologize, not saying it's gonna make anything better, but if he owned up to it and said, hey, I apologize for my unsafe practices while having sex with you, would that mean anything to you at all?
Of course, I would appreciate it. I feel like any victim of any kind of assault would appreciate an apology, a direct apology from the predator that did it to them. But Honestly, it wouldn't mean anything compared to knowing that he can't do it again. You know,
Okay.
because sorry only means so much.
Question? What if he were to want to be like, all right, look, I'm in your city, let's meet up, let's link, and I wanna meet face to face and apologize to your face. Does that mean anything?
I will never, ever, ever, ever intentionally link up with that man ever in my life. Only because of what has happened with us behind closed doors.
Right. I get that.
No,
You did
I would.
mention. I know you don't want to talk about other women, but like, so when I watched a video of the tattoo, there was another woman who got his name tatted as well. Do you believe she's contract? I know you don't want to speak about other people, but do you believe that she is contracted that virus as well? Because clearly that was during the same period where clearly you all were having sex, or he had sex with you and probably her. I'm taking it from your body language. You probably think she did.
Again, well, I said this on Twitter. I feel like it's very disrespectful to assume somebody else's STD status, considering that he did have an outbreak while he was fucking me and her. Hey, context clues.
Do the math, right?
But I mean, I don't know. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like, bitch, you got the hurt. Cause babe, I don't know. You could have been the lucky ones, because there is 100% a possibility that could happen. I'm not going to say 100%, but there is a likelihood that she could not have contracted the virus. I do know that they were having sex a week before, because that was one of the conversations that we had, was that they were having sex a week before I even fucked a man. So, and it takes a while for sores like that to heal up to the way that it did. So she could have that shit.
How
I don't know.
how are you going about treating your herpes?
I'm on medication. On top of that, I am very conscious of what I put in my body. Whenever you do have herpes, you have to stay away from things like rice, bread, complex carbs. Taking lysine every day. Anybody that has herpes, lysine, 1,000 milligrams of lysine a day will help balance that arginine and lysine in your system. Arginine is what causes an outbreak, so just stay away from that. That's complex carbs. That's cocoa. That's alcohol. That's tobacco. That's like unhealthy things for your body, basically. If there's high arginine levels in your body, you're going to have an outbreak.
Yeah, for
So,
everybody, thank you. Anyone in the live chat that has herpes or knows anyone with herpes, thank you for that. I appreciate that.
And by the way, and again, being very serious here, before I even knew, actually, I knew you were coming on here, and I hit up Aiden specifically. I said, make sure I'm on to speak to Gucci or whatever. But I learned going on your Twitter, and there was another person you retweeted. I promise you, I learned so much about it. It made me a little bit more prepared to ask some of the questions, and hopefully people are watching. They, obviously, you're probably not coming to me at Aiden like your doctor, but hopefully you can learn something. I wonder what you are gonna do in terms of, or if you even feel the need to do anything in educating, because when people hear that, that is kind of like the new HIV. Like, people like, what? Like, but once I heard a lot of education, okay, the percentage of transmission during this time is this, blah, 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 blah. Like, when I learned a lot more, and it made me a lot less ignorant, and I probably would have had a very ignorant conversation without knowing that. Do you feel like it's your job to kind of like help the masses kind of realize what this is?
yes, 110%. I full-heartedly want to become an advocate for herpes. I want to be somebody that people can ask about herpes. I think that, especially now, exposing myself to the world, I feel like it's a definite.
Yo, advocate for herpes is crazy. Shout out to Davis in the chat. This is Comedy Assured. Shout out to Joe BK in the chat. Shout out to Dreamcast in the chat. Shout out to Andy in the chat. You niggas are funny. All right.
Door opening to being a person that can help everybody first get past this narrative and stigma that anybody with herpes is literally just dirty. That word dirty triggers me, because you can still be clean and have herpes. But yes, I definitely think that my career is more leaning towards being an advocate more than a porn star or an OnlyFans model, because even OnlyFans models, I know a ton of OnlyFans models, bright women, smart women, creative women, talented women, and they just decided to do porn, so nobody takes them serious sometimes. So it's like I definitely think that I'm gonna switch over to that and show that I learned from my situation, and everybody can learn from my situation as well.
Well, yes. Once you choose to sell your pussy on the internet, don't be surprised that niggas are treating you like a prostitute.
What did your
Gotcha.
parents think about the diagnosis? Like, I would imagine if I'm your father and I hear that, I might want to catch a body, a homie. You get what I mean? Like if what was the moments of you, even telling your parents? I'm guessing you probably went to them before the internet. Did they embrace you? Did they, I don't know if they were in tune with your decision to become a OnlyFans creator. Did they hit you with the, well, I told you so, or were they, sympathetic? You tell me.
So I don't really talk to my dad for personal reasons. As far as my mother goes, supportive since day one. She's really the reason why I'm still here today, because anybody that has caught HSV knows that there's suicidal tendencies that come after. So she has been my number one supporter even before I
No shit, you're thinking about killing yourself. You got HPV too. That's the incurable one.
caught HSV. It didn't matter what I was going through. She was there to support me. So I definitely can say that my mom has been there. She didn't want me to do OF. She didn't want me to do porn. But she also wasn't going to shame me. She did not say, I hate you, this and that. My mom has always been like an accepting person. As far as my dad goes, he did.
Sometimes you need more shame in this world. You want to know what happened if she would have got shamed? She probably would have HPV too. I'm just saying. Sometimes your mom got to be like, hey, that shit is stupid. You don't need to be doing that. Go make an actual career for your fucking self instead of selling your pussy on the internet. Sometimes shame matters. I'm just saying. Like, you should look bad on that and regret the fact that your mom didn't fucking shame you. Because she should have shamed. She should have gave some shaming, for real.
I did find out that I did OnlyFans after I caught herpes, but my dad is a Caribbean man.
What
I
country?
don't really want to tell him. He's probably gonna find out. He doesn't really have social media.
Wait, he doesn't
much.
know?
Like, my dad doesn't know that I have herpes. No. He's probably
Wait,
found
what country
out
is he from? What country?
Jamaica.
Oh my God, Bumba Clot. Yeah, nah, he gonna go crazy. He gonna go. You see the flag back there? They're not playing. But yeah, any siblings, by the way?
I have a little brother.
How old is he?
He is 18.
Hey, I read through,
Okay.
again, there's a very smart woman, I believe. I think she's a woman. I don't know if it was, who again, you retweeted a bunch. She had so many resources for people who are sex workers. I'm wondering if, you tapped into some of those resources, or if you sought therapy, because again, you mentioned suicidal thoughts, and that has to, you have your whole life ahead of you, and it feels like you're dealing with understanding what this disease, or not disease, but virus is, better than you were when you probably.
Yo, somebody in Akademiks chat was like, this girl is on fire.
First contracted it. Did you seek any therapy, or you've just been, kind of doing it on your own?
Oh, I've just been doing it on my own. So I did experience recently a panic attack and a mental breakdown after quite some time since I experienced my last one. So healing is never ending. I feel like at first I thought I could really do it by myself, but after everything that's gone on the last couple of days, it kind of made me realize that it is time to go to therapy. I did go to therapy in high school before everything happened. Now uh, I definitely am going to seek that. I definitely think that anybody that is experiencing something like this needs to go to therapy too.
I do want to. Sorry, I don't want to butt in though. You seem like you're shining and you're glowing, and I do want to say you're not dirty for having herpes. You know what I mean? Like, it's true what you're saying. And anybody that does have herpes in this chat, there's thousands of people watching. Somebody that they know, that somebody, or maybe even them, they have herpes. So it's awesome seeing you shine and look like you're glowing right now. And seriously, kudos to you, for real. That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Oh shit, I'm on mute. I'm glad I caught it. This nigga Aiden is nasty.
By the
Really
way,
appreciate it.
I said the same thing to Gucci Third Leg. I hate saying that name. The name just sounds ridiculous. Anyway, what I said to him is that this woman coming out and saying it, people are gonna act like she's a 1 in 100. I listen. You know, I got my ear tapped in to the industry. And if you hear about the music industry and the women they have sex with frequently, and sometimes people be asking these questions, why everybody passing around some of the same women? I would probably say the herpes rate in the industry is like 40%. That's how, like, again, people want to act like, oh no, this is this one girl. Man, there is like, I could name 20 Instagram models and the same rappers keep fucking them. I'm like, well, then I hear
Almighty J just said I have herpes live on the Kick chat.
Oh, well.
What's crazy is actually one thing that actually, like, this might sound insane.
Yeah.
And this is alleged. This is rumored.
Yeah.
Rumored.
Okay.
I'm going to literally scream that it's rumored.
Okay.
That like people like Diddy, crazy person to say it first, Rihanna, Jay-Z, Beyonce, all these kinds of people are rumored to have herpes. You know, Usher, all that kind of stuff. Like some of the most successful.
Bruh, somebody tell her to be quiet. Did she just say Beyonce, Jay-Z, Diddy, and all these people are rumored to have herpes? We got some topics to get into. Speaking of Jay-Z and Beyonce, we're gonna get into that in a minute, but we gotta let this finish. This fucking 3-hour interview, 2:15, 3-hour interview.
Successful people in the industry, some of the most successful people in just regular business have herpes, have things like HIV, have hepatitis. There's hepatitis strains that are incurable. Like there's things that people don't know that behind closed doors somebody's going through, and they might look up to that person. You know?
Yeah. I got to be honest. Years ago, when the whole lawsuit came out with Usher, I was shocked by it, but he ended up settling. And I'm gonna be honest with you, women still love him. Like, whatever. Like, shit, young boy. Some of those names you've mentioned, which I won't say because some of them powerful as a motherfucker. But, again, I don't know if maybe it's an industry thing versus the.
That's crazy. I do remember the story of Usher and fucking NBA YoungBoy being exposed for having a herp. I remember that now. Holy shit. This bitch is smart. She's an airhead, but she know how to pull some shit out of the back of her head.
World. But I think people, because you were vocal about it and you're coming out to say, I have it, they're going to make it like you're the 1 out of 100. You're the 1% when you're probably, it's at least 30%. I know I said 40, but it's at least 30%. So think about every celebrity, or especially the music business, 1 out of 3. Like, come on.
Act word on the street is saying that 6ix9ine gave it to you.
Yo, how you gonna turn a serious topic? We having so much awareness right now. Everybody, you better clear up Almighty J's name, man. Like, how you just gonna?
No, Jay said it to me.
Oh, you said you got it.
No, Jay in my chat said I have herpes.
So he said you have it, or he has it.
No, like I as in him. He said it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, everybody live their truth. Well, no, would you do a scene with him?
Who?
Jay, Almighty Jay.
Respectfully, and that's something I wanted to touch on. Respectfully, I understand that a lot of people may relate to me and have herpes as well. I appreciate the gestures. I appreciate the offers, but I am not looking for somebody to create content with. And just because you have herpes, I love that you offered. Thank you so much. But I will not collab with you just because you have herpes. My soulmate could have herpes as well. Hey, I have no fucking clue. But I'm not going to trauma bond with somebody just because they have herpes like me.
Question: does your baby, when you plan to have a kid one day, is there a way to protect your child from having herpes?
C-sections or being on medication whenever you're going through a birth. And if you don't have an outbreak, even if you're not medicated, there's a possibility that you can have a smooth birth without having any complications.
Got it.
But I do want to ask you guys, whenever he comes on here tomorrow, please ask him to log into that portal. Like, fuck a scrolling down the website. Fuck that. You can fake whatever the fuck. Right? Have him log in. Because he ain't logging the shit. He really didn't really show much of shit that's really
Okay. Well, look, tomorrow will you be active as well to hop on?
I don't believe him. I'll put my hat on.
most likely, yeah. Most
Okay, cool.
likely.
I have a prediction how tomorrow's gonna go. Listen,
And he
I don't-
also said that we shot 4 scenes, we shot 5. So just fact checking. I can show everybody. So
and by the way, I have
Prove
a prediction
it.
how tomorrow's gonna go. No, what the fuck? We don't. Yo, I think tomorrow. Listen, there's no way he's hopping on here to show anything but a negative test. Like, come on, what type of idiot would do that, right? So he's gonna show a negative test, right? It's just how he's gonna show a negative test. Like, nobody's gonna come on here and be like, all right, Adin, thank you for giving me the platform to announce that. What the fuck?
I have herpes.
Like, hell no. So it's either he's not gonna come on, or if he comes on, it's definitely gonna be negative. And then it's just whether you believe the validity of whatever negative you see. Did he finesse it? Is it a legit test? And I think, the story will be told, right?
You knew what you signed up for, regardless of it all. You knew what you signed up for. You could try and sound as naive as you want to sound, but you're not naive, because you want to know why she's not naive. Gucci, he retired. She ain't. She says she's going to keep posting, keep doing what she has to do. I'm not mad at her. Get your bag, baby girl. Get your bag. But all I'm saying is, you got to be a little bit more careful. To the women and OnlyFans everywhere, just be a little bit careful when you fucking with these, that's my type niggas. Because you women will fall for that bullshit. He's the type of nigga I want. I'm going to go get his name tatted on my fucking hand. At that point, honestly, to me, it don't sound like no content partnership. It sounds like you in love with this nigga. It don't even sound like, we were just doing this for the content partner. No, it sounds like you truly are messing with this boy. Who gets a nigga's name tatted that you making money with? Look, come on now. Y'all, come on. Let's be honest. Look, I'm not trying to bash the woman. I do not want to bash women. That's just not what I want to do. But let's be, shit, I just fucking wasted my shit. Let's be fucking real. Let's be fucking real. This bitch knows good and goddamn well. She knows good and goddamn fucking well what she signed up for. Daddy not at home. Damn, fucking mic's fucked. I mean, my mouse is fucked. Daddy not at home. Like, what are you doing? You know what you were doing. You want to get that OnlyFans bag. You want to make that OnlyFans money. And you've seen thousands of millions of dollars from selling your pussy. So that's just what you want to keep doing. And that's what you are going to keep doing. Gucci, he knows he's fucked. He knows he's done for. He's like, I'm retiring. I am done. I just want to clear my name. So you know what he's going to do? I'm going to tell y'all what he's going to do. He'll probably show up on the Adin Ross Akademiks stream tomorrow. He'll probably show up. And when he shows up, he'll probably have some fake ass test result that doesn't prove shit. Some doctored ass bullshit. He'll show up with that bullshit. But when he shows up with that bullshit, you know what else is going to happen? He's going to disappear off the fucking earth. You won't see Gucci on Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, OnlyFans, Cambros, She's Freaky, Baddies Hub. You won't see him anywhere. He'll be gone. No more Gucci third bump. No more. He's out of here. Because why? He doesn't want to answer to the bullshit doctor document that he's showing us to make it seem like he didn't do what he did. And he just wants to be free of having to deal with the internet anymore. Like he told y'all, he made millions of dollars. And if he's a smart man, he saved most of it. So he can retire and not have to worry about this shit anymore. So that's why he's saying he is going to retire. Yeah, that was some bullshit. Right, that was some grade A bullshit that he said there. Grade A crock of shit.